We are Keka and Manu.
And we're traveling around the world.
Follow us.
I came all the way to Antigua to run a diagnostic on the van. The check engine light came on this morning. It's the AdBlue system warning, and that's it. We refilled the AdBlue at a gas station, but the light is still on. So we're going to run a diagnostic, and let's hope it's nothing serious, because we already know that the AdBlue system, the system it uses is pretty expensive, and on top of that, we're in Fuerteventura. If something is broken, getting the part all the way out here is going to be pretty complicated. But anyway, hopefully Paco's workshop here in Antigua can sort this out for us as soon as possible. So leaving Antigua out of the workshop, basically, when they hooked it up, the diagnostic machine showed an AdBlue pressure fault. I understand that when the light came on this morning, it was because we were parked on a really steep slope. And that's when it ran out of AdBlue, which is why it showed a pressure fault. The pressure fault never cleared, even after we added AdBlue. What I don't understand is why it gives an engine problem. I mean, does the engine warning light come on when the fault is with the AdBlue? If the AdBlue system shows a fault because it lost pressure? But I don't get why at no point does it warn us, like when you're low on fuel, like, hey, you're running out. AdBlue, I mean, the AdBlue tank is low. You have to refill it. Otherwise, it just fails outright and gives you the engine warning. And on top of that, you have to take it to a specific workshop or to a shop that can hook it up to a diagnostic machine to clear the fault. So that's that. I see it as a problem because it's going to happen to everyone. But anyway, the scare is over for us. Because if it's an injector, if it's the pump, if it's anything else, we know it's going to cost you a good amount of money. So anyway, $42.80. They charged us for the diagnosis, and it was well worth it, because compared to what it could have been, we're pretty happy. So we're continuing our journey on to Fuerteventura.
We left the workshop in Antigua full of hope, but there was just no way.
How is it? What? It turned on again?
What did?
The light.
The engine light or the AdBlue one?
The AdBlue one. It looks like both of them. Oh, damn it all. Oh man, seriously. Let's turn around quickly and go back to the workshop. Well, just as we finished recording, as we stopped filming, the light came back on. So we just turned around to go back to the workshop. Now, this really doesn't look good. According to the diagnosis, the fault was due to lack of pressure. Let's see what they tell us now. They cleared the fault, but it came back again. After driving a few kilometers, it came back on. And yes, we just checked on Chahe PT. We just asked them. And when you have about 2,000 kilometers left, it gives you a warning that you need to refill the outlook. So the car is currently giving us a clear warning for a lack of outlook. So let's wait and see exactly how this situation turns out in the end. Well, we went back to Paco's workshop. He hooked up the diagnostic machine again. The fault was still there. He reset it, and when we left, the error came up again. He recommended we take it to the Citroën dealership in Puerto del Rosario. We brought it in, but they gave us an appointment for a month from now, which is outside our time frame. And Paco kindly is going to help us tomorrow, so tomorrow we'll keep you updated on how the Cholas issue is going. Good morning, back at the workshop. Let's hope our friend has a solution. We've already been waiting for an hour, so I hope that since he made us come and wait, we can get this sorted out.
They say things happen for a reason. They say that whatever happens is for the best. But I think things are starting to get a little, I don't know, It's been 9 months since we bought the van. It was delivered with a huge delay. They handed it over to us a month late after 5 months of camper conversion. So in the end, we spent 3 months redoing the whole camper setup. It's not even about the money anymore. It's about the time we almost lost. Well, we were about to lose, actually, a sponsorship deal with Vanderlux Canarias because we were supposed to start filming on July 1st and recording footage to upload to our YouTube channel. In the end, we started filming. We haven't left the Canary Islands. We're on the third of the 4 islands we want to visit, so you can see the contrasts of this wonderful archipelago. Well, we've been stuck here for 2 days. Right, Manu?
Stuck, anxious, and in this constant state of uncertainty, starting to look up information. What could be wrong with the car? What might have broken? How much could it end up costing? Well, out of everything we read, in quotes, it's not that bad. It'll be around 1,500 euros. The joke.
Well, sorry to interrupt you, Manolo, but it's one of the things we already considered. It seems like it's karma. When we thought about buying the van and started looking at van models, what always put us off was getting a diesel. But the thing is, they're all diesel, and especially because all the somewhat modern models use the infamous AdBlue, which we've read about over and over again, and it's all bad, just bad news.
In this van, inside the tank, it integrates the pump, it integrates the injector, and there's another injector that's on the outside, in the exhaust. We're going to change the tank. Let's hope it's just the tank where the motor and the injector are. We're going to leave the other injector just in case it isn't that. First we'll change one thing and test it, and then we'll change the other. Altogether, it could end up costing almost 2,000 euros. But we have to keep traveling. We can't let this get us down. And now, more than ever, we have to tighten our belts.
But for now, until Tuesday, today is Friday, we're going to be stuck here for 5 days waiting for the part. We're going to try to get around the area and show you this wonderful place where we are, which is the Betancuria Natural Park, and keep filming whatever we can without moving too much. A lot. We won't even need to move because this place is beautiful.
Luckily, we have our health, which is what matters, and
The desire to keep going.
so we keep going.
But sometimes it does get frustrating.
It is just the two of us out here in this big wide world, completely without outlook.
And without the moon?
I already want to go home, I do.
Fuerteventura is world famous for its white sand beaches. They're spectacular, but few people know the island's interior. The Betancuria area, where we are right now, has reddish mountains that are just as impressive as the wonderful white beaches. Let me tell you a bit of history. Fuerteventura is a volcanic island, just like all the Canary Islands, but it's the oldest one. 20 million years. And the materials we have here on the island have a high iron content. So what happens? Iron, just like what happens with outdoor railings or anything else made of solid iron that's constantly exposed to the weather, eventually rusts. So this distinctively reddish soil is like this primarily because of the process of oxidation. Also, due to the high iron content. It's truly spectacular. Honestly, this deep inland area of Fuerteventura is really worth coming to see.
We're in the little village of AdBlue. We've arrived at the beach parking lot. That's where the Chola, our travel van, is parked. And along this little stone path, right now we're heading over to see the famous AdBlue caves.
Looking at the black volcanic sand beach, well, it might seem like we're in El Hierro, La Gomera, or La Palma. But don't be fooled. Actually, on the east side and in the north of the island, as well as in the south, in Copete, in other words, in much of Fuerteventura, the beaches that predominate are white sand beaches. But on this western side of the island, there are many volcanic beaches with black sand, like this one you see here. They're just as beautiful. And it's really fascinating, following up on what I was just telling you. Here we have this white sandstone that the wind has eroded and turned into white sand. And yet, just 100 meters back, we have a beach of black volcanic sand. And in the end, origins are origins. These are limestone rocks and marine fossils. That's why the beach is made of black volcanic sand, and this is so white. These were the ocean floor when the island began to emerge. That's why it's so fascinating that there's so much white here and so much black over there. These are the deep origins of the Atlantic. So, just like that, without even realizing it, these are marine sediments that are between 70 and 100 million years old. As we can see in the images, and I'll read to you what it says on this little information board, these are lime kilns. The peculiarity of these kilns is that they have been dug into the rock. In the kiln, a fire is lit to transform limestone into quicklime, which was then exported via the docks. There were no piers or ports in the area to transport goods, so a loading ramp was invented here. With a concrete tower, you can see it in the background, which was used to support a hopper from which the goods were dropped onto the ships. The goods. This is what they call the Peña port. Maybe you can see it better from here. All of this is artificial. This entire base was made of concrete to launch all the materials onto the ships from here, which shows the ingenuity of the past. Formed during the Cretaceous period, here in the AdBlue caves, we find the oldest remains of the creation of the Canary Islands. Around 100 million years. Keep in mind that these caves were originally the base of the Canary Islands. The AdBlue caves were used in past centuries as a refuge by pirates and smugglers. This is due to their isolated location on the west coast of Fuerteventura and the difficulty of accessing them from the mainland, which made them perfect for hiding and landing discreetly. By the way, the Fuerteventura squirrel was brought from Africa at the end of the 20th century and now completely dominates the territory. Meanwhile, we keep heading further inland. Constant curves, ups and downs, hugging these reddish mountains that look like they're from another planet. Everything is arid, open, silent. Through the window, I only see endless hillsides and ravines plunging down to the valley floor. With every turn, we go deeper and deeper into this dry, ancient landscape. We're heading to Betancuria, which was once the island's capital. It was founded in 1404 and for a long time was the capital of the island. However, nowadays it is the least populated town on the island with barely a couple hundred inhabitants. It was built here in the middle of what is now the Betancuria Rural Park to avoid being plundered by pirates. Even so, back then they had a cathedral, which today is just a church because it was destroyed by pirates, looted by pirates, and had to be rebuilt. What is clear is that we are in the heart, in the very core of Fuerteventura, and this is beautiful. On the way to Betancuria, we see countless abandoned terraces. And, well, due to emigration, the lack of water and so on, all these terraces were abandoned. But back in the day, they were planted with cereals, wheat, vineyards, even aloe and prickly pears. And now, yes, we enter one of the most beautiful villages in Spain. Here, everything changes. You go from an arid volcanic landscape to an unexpected oasis. This place was born in the 15th century, and as we mentioned a moment ago, it was the island's first capital, founded by a Norman who decided to establish a village right in the most protected heart of the territory. That's why it's nestled between mountains, almost hidden away. The curious thing is that this corner, now so peaceful and picturesque, was once ravaged by Berber pirates. Even so, it retains a calm that seems frozen in time. Its white houses, the church that dominates the square, and the small cobbled alleys tell a story that almost no one knows. Here, part of the island's most influential religious and political life developed over centuries. And as you walk through it, you realize it's not just beautiful. It's a living piece of Canary Island's history, kept quietly between ravines and palm trees. I said we should have brought the jug to fill it with drinking water.
Of course.
That's the camper's life. You have to make the most of all the...
Natural resources.
Exactly. That's my man.
Look what you guys are doing.
Okay, but the water was drinkable. Honestly, it's so charming, it's tiny. You can walk through it in 10 minutes and still have time to spare. Just strolling around, but I don't know if it's the beautiful surroundings or that we've had such amazing weather. The little birds or the peacefulness you feel here, but it's well deserved. A beautiful village of Spain. Small, but very beautiful. Yes, sir. Former capital of Fuerteventura.
In the next few minutes, you'll see everything through the cameras we have in our vehicle. Right now, we've just arrived at the small port of Los Molinos. And according to the GPS, the road to Jarubio Beach is just dirt tracks. With our van that's over 6 meters long, with the motorcycle rack and almost 3,000 kilos in weight, we don't know if we'll be able to make it without any problems. All around us are reddish cliffs and that feeling of venturing into one of those secret corners of Fuerteventura. We decide to look for someone and ask.
Should we ask the ducks? What? Is there a caravan over there? No, over there. Over there. I go there too. And what about me?
Good afternoon, just a quick question. With the van, can you go up here with this one to the next beach? No problem? Yes?
The road is good. Over.
I'll fix the gloves slightly.
Over there. And the curbs.
Is it okay? Yes, they fixed it recently. Thanks.
I would like to express my most sincere and heartfelt gratitude to you, ma'am, for the wonderful opportunity to visit the beautiful and historic city of San Juan, which has been an absolutely unforgettable experience for me. Alright, beautiful. Wow, I'm looking at that too. There. That's as far as I go, and he says, so which curve was it that you said you couldn't make? Was it this one? Yes, that one. Maybe. Better let's leave the guidance. To the Titerera.
A local assures us that we can go up without any problems. The road has been recently repaired and reaching Jarubio is possible. Of course, you have to be careful. we begin to ascend. Each winding curve and every sudden bump keeps us alert as we continue moving forward slowly but with determination. Our surroundings. The reddish cliffs seem to close in with every turn. The wind carries the scent of wild sea and the silence grows heavy. Everything seems calm until something unexpected breaks the silence.
But no, brother. Nothing? Huh? Brother? What he's doing is stopping the car? No, I'm going to get out. Are you ready? Should I get out and tell you something? No. Now let's take a much closer look at what we have right here in front of us to see what is actually going on.
We've gotten stuck in the dirt on an incredibly narrow road, and the only option is to go back. Every curve is a challenge. Every meter forces us to stay calm, and we're super tense, as you can see in the footage recorded inside the cabin. We pray that no one shows up behind us because there's no room for two cars here. We move backward, meter by meter, through winding curves with the tension at its peak. Until, in an unexpected twist that even I didn't see coming, Manu decides to shift into first gear, accelerate, and try again with all the power possible.
It was super tense, right? But that was thanks to your driving and the tires, right? No, thanks to the wheels. Huh? Thanks to the wheels, I can drive.
Right, the tires. No, the wheels. I meant the tires, not the rims. Huh?
Manolo, I didn't record you earlier because I was so nervous that it didn't even cross my mind to grab the stick and record you. Well, we started going up a dirt hill, almost got stuck, had to reverse a few meters. Well, we were already thinking about turning back, but Manolo gathered his courage, put it in first gear, floored it, and we made it. And we've just arrived at Jarubio Beach, which really looks like it's worth it. There's a spectacular and super beautiful dune right next to the beach. We're going to show it to you, but honestly, we just went through a bit of a nerve-wracking time to get here. We finally made it to Jarubio Beach. Look at this. From the drone, you can see all its grandeur. Golden sand that shines under the sun, wild cliffs surrounding this hidden corner, and the feeling of being completely alone in the middle of nowhere. It's a true secret paradise of Fuerteventura, perfect for disconnecting and breathing pure air.
We're at Jarubio Beach. Look how beautiful it is. Let me introduce it to you.
I came up with it on the fly.
Look how amazing this is. This beach.
The dunes are starting. We're getting closer to the north. It's a dune area, and this is the first one we're starting to see. Super beautiful. We're on the west side of the island, almost reaching the north, getting close to El Cotillo. All these beaches are spectacular and not very crowded. Although, well, you'd have to see what it's like in summer. I imagine that in summer, like all beaches, it gets packed. But since you have to drive about 7 kilometers on a dirt road, you usually find them empty. It's crazy.
Incredible, this beach. And it's almost just for us because there's no one else here.
There are 4 or 5 cars left, which will probably stay to watch the sunset, which, from what we've read, promises to be amazing from here. And most likely, the 2 or 3 campers that are here will stay as well. It's like being alone.
We're right on the beach. To be honest with you, I really do not know why you even gave this to me. There is absolutely no egg in here at all. Not even a little bit.
Oh God, what a sandwich. That sounded really strange. Whoa, just look at that. Here I go right now. Oh, wow. That really is incredibly good. What an absolute treat this is. We are such little kids. Have you seen how green the rocks are? The bluish green, ochre, all the stories the stones tell. We didn't go for a swim today, did we? I'm going to confess a secret to you, Manalyn. What I'm going to miss the most when we go travel around the world is my beloved Atlantic. We Canarians can't be without our ocean, without our sea. And I was thinking about it this afternoon. I said, ooh. For a Canarian and for all those who grew up by the sea isn't just scenery, it's part of our life, our history of who we are. Every wave, every breeze has something familiar that we'll always carry with us, even if we travel around the world. Walking along this deserted beach with the golden sand beneath my feet and the sound of the Atlantic. All around us you feel as if time stands still. Just us, the sea and the horizon waiting for the sunset, that moment that seems to stop the world and that we'll always want to remember. Enjoying these moments of the day, which are the ones I like the most. With you. Fuerteventura has shown us its strength, its beauty, and its most secret corners. But the island still holds surprises that even we couldn't have imagined. What's coming will be breathtaking. A final chapter that reveals why this place is a true paradise on earth. Don't miss it. The best is yet to come. And you'll want to be there to see it.